Hello and welcome back to the next episode. On the show today, uh, not a massive amount I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to go into bits of conversations in regards to what I've had going on for the last week, and just basically a bit of general chit chat because I think at times I tend to try and be a bit too serious. So today I want to be a bit more fun, a bit more lively, and just have a bit of a chuckle and try and show the fun side a little bit. What I will say is a massive welcome back to you all over the last week. Um, I'll be honest with you, it's been an awful lot of new downloads. I'm quite proud to say, finally gone over the 1,000 downloads across all episodes and across all areas. So yeah, I'll be honest with you, that's a bit of a milestone that's been achieved that I'm really quite proud of, quite pleased with. So yeah, thank you because quite honestly, without everyone listening, it's a milestone that's never ever going to get achieved. So thank you all for listening. What I will say is, it was actually today. Today's Saturday. I went on to TikTok and did a live video, which is something I'm a bit nervous of. I must admit, I don't know why, but yeah, I find it a bit nerve wracking doing the old live videos. It went really, really well. I had some brilliant conversations with some fantastic people. And I'll be honest, it's something that I'm going to look to do quite a bit more often, because actually I found it quite helpful to sort of have that communication, that chat, and just sort of understand what other people have got going on. Because let's be honest, one of the reasons I created all of this new stuff like the podcast, the website, all the social medias was to sort of just get my story out to try and help others kind of see how things are for themselves. And actually, we really do seem to be getting somewhere with that. And I'll be honest, it's something I'm incredibly proud of. So yeah, I'm going to try and get on the old live videos quite a bit more often. See if we can get the word out. See if there's anyone that wants to talk or anything else in terms of sort of just pursuing the help aspect. This week, I actually had an email from a TV station in the United States. Not, as far as I'm aware, it's not a main TV station, but asking me if I wouldn't mind going on to do a live interview. Unfortunately, I'm actually working that day, so I'm really gutted because again, as nervy as that would have been, actually I really would have liked to do that. I'll be honest with you, I'm gutted that I can't. Um, so yeah, it's one of those that sort of, I suppose it comes along, and if you're available, you're available. If you're not, you're not. So yeah, just one of those things. But yeah, gutted because I'll be honest, I'd love to have done that. That would have been something I would have, for want of a better term, I'd rip their arm off for. But yeah, unfortunately, not able to, which is a shame. I've spent a bit of time this week trying to learn the editing aspect of things on the new old laptop. So I picked that laptop up second hand, and I'm finding it difficult. I'll be honest with you. It's like Mensa grade stuff. It really is not easy at all. But I'm going to persevere with it. I'm going to carry on going and see if we can figure out how to do it. For those watching on YouTube, will see that I'm actually indoors today. I'm not sat in the studio, the brick shed. Brick shed. It's just a brick shed. That's all it is. Yep, said it a million times. It's just a brick shed. But yeah, what I'd like to do is get a green screen and put that behind me. And for those on YouTube, just sort of give you something a bit different to look at rather than just the walls of the shed. But as I say, I'm finding that quite difficult. But at some point, I'll figure it out. I'll get there. Not going to give up. I will carry on. In terms of the MS side of things, it's been a tough week. It has actually been quite a tough week. I've struggled as this week. I've been recovering from my second half bag of Ocrevus. What I will say is it went absolutely fantastic. No reactions, nothing this time. It literally just flew through. I'll be honest with you, the day went so quick, it's unreal. I'm sat there, and before I know it, I mean, I was in there for 8 o'clock. Before I knew it, it was sort of past 10, 11 o'clock, and I'm thinking, not long to go now. But yeah, no, it actually went really, really well. But yeah, it did wipe me out actually this time. I've got to say that I was tired after the first one, but so after this half, I was absolutely exhausted. I'll be honest, I'm still tired now. Really, I'm sort of struggling with the tiredness, fatigue aspect. But you know, I'm trying to carry on going as best as possible. Having a nap when it's necessary. It's quite necessary, quite a bit, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I've been sleeping as much as I possibly can. I'm back to work tomorrow, which means I can't sleep. But hopefully, it's best part of a week since the treatment. So, you know, hopefully I should be at about a point where I can stay awake for a few hours. But we'll see. Yeah, I mean, in terms of sort of pains and aches and whatever else, what I've noticed, I'm getting a lot of spasms in my right leg. If I sit down for too long and I get up, my right leg is sort of all over the place, if I'm honest. And it takes a bit of time, quite a bit of time to right itself, which is, it's a bit disconcerting because, in all fairness, it's not necessarily new, but it's happening a lot more than it previously did. It's quite regular. I'm having it a little bit in the left leg as well, but not quite as much. The hug aspect, the MS hug aspect, again, to be fair, it's kind of staying at a bit of a constant, but instead of where it sort of, it would never fully go away, but it would be there and it would ease off for a few days. That's not really happening now. It's not really easing off. Don't get me wrong, the painkillers I'm taking are helping a bit, but they're not helping massively. You know, again, that's sort of thing that, for want of a better term, I've got to get used to. I've got to find a way of sort of living alongside that, which I'm doing. Yeah, I'm doing. I'm kind of used to it, to be honest with you. In terms of the sort of electric shock type pains I get, yeah, I mean, that's still happening quite a lot. It's really strange because they just sort of ping all over the place. And I've the term zingers. They do sort of just come. They'll sort of zap mainly through my legs. But I'm having them a little bit in my back now and then. But yeah, I mean, that's the sort of thing. It's coming and going, but it's kind of relatively constant. In my right leg, mainly. I'll be honest, mainly my right leg, but yeah, it's happening in my left as well. I've noticed from time to time over the last sort of 24 hours, actually, my left arm, it actually shakes quite a bit, which is a bit odd. It doesn't make a lot of sense, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, that's one of those things. It could be MS related, it might not be. I honestly don't know, because that's something a bit different. could be where I've just sort of been sat resting on it or whatever else. So that's one I'm just going to keep an eye on and see how that goes. Memory wise, it's been pretty bad actually this week. At times, I'm really kind of struggling with the memory aspect. Um, it's not great at all. I'll be honest, it's really not great. I'm forgetting things quite regularly. But again, I'm wondering if that could be where I've got a lot on my mind. I also really have, as I said, there's work related stuff that at the moment I can't talk about. I'm going to talk about them at some point in the future. Don't panic. That is one thing that I will discuss and I will discuss at great length. But currently, yeah, I can't really go into too much detail on that. But I think that could be having some sort of impact on the memory aspect because, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about that quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, that really is kind of where I am currently with things. You know, struggling is an understatement, but fighting isn't. I am absolutely there and I'm fighting away and I will continue to do so. Uh, Twice this week I've actually had meetings with some the medical teams that are doing sort of testing and whatever else on different aspects of the medical studies on different aspects of MS. One of them's the emotional side of things. I had a really good meeting with regards to that. Come up with some brilliant plans for the emotional side because, again, I'll be honest with you, I've been struggling with that quite a bit recently. I've been having a lot of thoughts of why me, why this, all the rest of it. And actually, the conversation I had with that, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic, and has actually given me some really good tools to try and fight back in that respect. In terms of the other medical study, that was really difficult. It's actually to do with the memory aspect of things, and I'm sort of sitting the testing aspect of it, and I'm being read a story, and I've got to try and tell the story back word for word. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I couldn't have been much further wrong if I tried. It was not easy at all. It was really quite difficult, and in all fairness, yeah, it kind of sort of made me go, yeah, actually, I'm not wrong. My memory it's a bit poop, to say the very, very least. But yeah, I'll be honest, again, that was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. All that sort of helping aspect of stuff. It's something that I'm actually quite enjoying doing. I'm quite proud of the fact I'm doing because I don't get me wrong. I know one person ain't going to change the world. I'm not that crazy. But if more people are able to help with this sort of stuff, maybe just maybe, one day there will be ways that we can kind of make things not quite so bad because I've said it a million times, this condition is evil. It's genuinely evil. It's insidious. It just, yeah, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. And in all truth, hopefully, in the future, there can be ways and means of making it, I'm going to use the word tolerable, but it's never going to be tolerable. Making it a bit less of a difficult thing. Hopefully, there's treatments and whatever else that can help. And again, I don't expect that to be anytime soon. It'd be beautiful if it was. It would be absolutely fantastic. But let's be honest, it probably isn't going to be. But we've got fingers crossed. Absolute fingers crossed. Well, once again, a massive thank you for listening. Again, I mean, this is a bit more of an old school episode where I'm just sort of sat putting my thoughts out. Because in all fairness, I actually quite enjoy that. I do quite enjoy that. Just sitting, talking into a microphone and just sort of getting the thoughts in my head out into the world. Because if they're out of my head, maybe, just maybe, somewhere down the line, they're going to help someone. Well, I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic week, and I will look forward to talking to you all again soon. Bye-bye.